Hello one and all, and welcome to another video on the Baggers Chat YouTube channel and also on our audio platforms as well. My name is Mitch Patton, and as always we are joined by Ethan Daffy, and today we are previewing St Kilda v Carlton this Sunday night, 7:20 at Marvel Stadium. Obviously we are right here, right in front of Marvel, the stadium that we're playing this Sunday night. Daffy boy, it's going to be a very, I'm sure the hype will be well and truly up and about this week. I know that we're already kind of nervous and it's bloody Wednesday morning, but first things first, Daffy boy, how are you?
No, I'm well. Yeah, it's a big game in terms of both teams' seasons. If we win, we go obviously 2 games above them and really put them in deep trouble. And if we do lose this game, we're probably in trouble. To be honest, I know we're still mathematically possible, but our run's a little bit harder than theirs in the back end. And you've also got the Giants in there too, who are only a game off. And if we lose and they win this week, they go above us. So, because obviously their percentage, and they've got the Suns in Canberra. So, yeah, there's a lot at play, and I'm sure you and everyone watching has looked at the ladder and worked out different ways we can make it or whatever. But yeah, it's a big game because I think it's an opportunity against a team that we should be beating, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy beat. I think they're the biggest. They're one of the biggest bogey teams in my lifetime, St Kilda. Doesn't matter where they are on the ladder. I know they had their good years in, around the 2010 and 09 and all that.
And we
kind
were
of
good
stuff.
then as well.
Yeah, we're right. Yeah,
that was probably where we beat them
them.
the most.
Yeah, because I remember that Monday night game where Andrew Walker kicked a goal. Yeah, it's in the light blue kit. But in terms of St Kilda, there's always a bit of angst. I think I spoke about it last time we did the preview against them. Like, there's not much I really like about their footy club. I think Nass is a great player, but I couldn't really care less, to be honest. And they kind of have this, I don't know, something against us every time we play them. They really enjoy beating us, don't they? There's something about it. And earlier in the year, they handed it to us, but at the time we were playing absolute woeful footy, and that was before the Brisbane game. And I remember that game just staring into the distance going, where is this season going to go? And if you told me right now, Patto, that we'd be standing in front of Marvel thinking we can actually play and feature in September, it's just absolute craziness. And it's a massive game because they're on the ropes if they lose this.
Well, I think it is pretty much a do or die. Whoever wins this game, knowing the Saints kind of their draw is a little bit easier. They've got Richmond and then Gold Coast. Yeah. So and then we've got obviously the Dogs and Freo straight after. So obviously our draw is a little bit harder. Yeah. But we are a game in front of them. Yeah. And if we win this, we go 2. But then obviously if we win the percentage.
And if we win this, we'll just have to win one more, I'd say.
Yeah, we could get there if we don't win anymore, but the Suns have to beat.
But then you're relying on you're relying on results.
I think
it's in our hands if we win. It's really in our hands.
This
still.
Is the one.
You win this, and then the Dogs we've had pretty good history over. Yeah. And then you got Freo last round. I know they're a great team.
We can't go beyond 9th, can we?
No. Okay. But there's some tasty matchups if we do come 10th. It could be Collingwood. It could be Melbourne. It could be. Well, I think Geelong will win their last 3 and make the top 6. They've got North, Richmond, and Essendon.
So all Victorian. Yeah, we can't play against an interstate team.
Honestly, I reckon that's a better result for us. You want to stay and at the G. I just feel like, but
100%.
We've got to get past the Saints here on Sunday night first.
And we'll bloody see Cooper Sharma kick 10. But it's a really good point about like the overall, just how the Saints have always had a bit of an like a bit of a. Like a hatred towards us. I don't know why. I just think it's just because they're an irrelevant club for many years, definitely, and they don't really have a genuine rivalry. And they're just trying to find some clubs to get a genuine rivalry against. Like they can say they have a rivalry against the Dogs, but I think they're probably almost
irrelevant cup.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to bag him, but it's just what it is. It's just
the amount of shit that we've copped.
When we lose, like that Higgins goal, I remember.
And the first thing that they do, they turn straight to you and say, "Fuck you guys," before actually celebrating.
For a club who don't win much. I'd be making sure to enjoy. And we're not trying to bite ourselves in the arse here. It's just like what's happened. We're just talking.
A lot of other supporter groups.
They beat us this week. And I'll genuinely, what will happen if they beat us this week?
Yeah.
The first thing they do,
exactly. But a lot of supporter groups are like that as well.
100%. Like your Collingwoods and your Richmonds and whoever else.
No. A lot of supporter groups think of the Saints.
Oh, absolutely.
Very like...
Yeah, just focus on yourselves.
I know.
Enjoy your win. Like, if they beat us this week, good on them, right? Yeah. Good on them. But, it's a big game. And to be honest with you, like, if we play if we play as well as we did on the weekend, obviously it's going to be hard to get to that level.
Yeah.
But even half, like not even, probably like if we get to 75% of what we did on the weekend, we should be getting this win. And we need to be winning this game. It's a massive opportunity. It's an 8-point game, and not even just about the 8-point game. We need to get back at these blokes. You know, it's a little bit of angst between the two clubs with obviously former players playing for St Kilda, and you know whether Sauce is playing this week. I know he had the shoulder issue.
Hopefully he does.
He's important for them, and you know TDK had the hip issue last week. If he plays this week, he's under an injury cloud.
As well.
Yeah, exactly right. So they got a few guys there, and they played pretty well against Sydney on the weekend, and just really should have won that game. Yeah. They were in a position to win the game. They were in a similar position we were. 4 or 5 goals up. Game where, you know, if you get a few more, game's over, and they just let it. And obviously Sydney are an absolutely fantastic team, but Brisbane are too. So I just looked at those 2 games in isolation, and I go,
see the difference.
That's where it can open up for us this week. And I think if our ball movement game's on, I'm not sure if they can keep up with us scoring wise.
So I know that we kind of touched on a bit of the initial thoughts heading into this game, but I want to try and focus a little bit more about like this Sunday huge game. It's obviously Spud's game as well, which is obviously a great cause, and I'm sure we'll touch on that very shortly as well. But like kind of to transition, like I don't think the stakes could be any bigger for either team for kind of like the rest of the season. I know that obviously we're the only 2 teams, maybe Giants as well, that can make the top 10. So I mean in that 10th spot. How are you feeling heading into this Sunday night? I know that right now we are favourites against the Saints, which is quite surprising. I know that we weren't favourites against the Saints before the Brisbane game, and then as soon as we won that game,
people have been putting their money
completely switched. But then also I think it's due to the injuries as well. There's been a lot of injuries as well. I mean, who knows? Maybe they might have a few players get up with Naz and Silvani as well. TDK is another one, as you said. But like, heading into this game, what are your first initial thoughts, and how are you actually feeling heading into this game?
I'm always worried against that club, to be honest. There's a lot of games where I've been, they go the same way. It's you go and you just know you haven't shown up, but you stay in the game and then you're close. It's like when we play Collingwood a bit. You know these games and you're sitting there going, we're just not at our best. We're in the game, but we're just not at our best, and we're missing kicks, or we're just not executing. On the weekend we executed, and that's my biggest worry. Can we just get over that hurdle? And being favourites, I know Kane Corns has spoken about it during the week, and that's and to it, like you said to me, like, and I kind of opened my eyes, going, maybe it's a little bit of a legit point. In a way, though, like he was saying, we're a mentally weak group, whatever. We've challenged on the weekend. We've been challenged the last 10 weeks in games.
And in
Giants
finals,
game, Port Adelaide game. There's certain, even though they're not the opponents of, Brisbane and that, you still get challenged in games. I know the Richmond game wasn't a great challenge in that game. Got over the line.
We can only play who's in front of us.
Exactly right. And the situations change every week. The scenarios change. The conditions change. The people on the ground change, whether through injury, form, whatever. So every week's a different opportunity, and we've got to, I hate to say it, put the Brisbane game behind us this week, and I'm feeling good about it though this week. And I think we've got a long enough example of how we've played in the last 11 weeks now to go, okay, I think I can trust them to try and play the right way But once again, that little birdie on my shoulder with the whole St Kilda situation. But I think you've also got to put that behind you too. Don't worry about that. Just get the job done, and it's so crucial for our season. How are you feeling? Because it's, I don't know, it's like, I'm confident, of course, but it's like, just the Saints would just love to just spoil the party, wouldn't they?
I feel like I'm probably more confident than I had been in the past playing against the Saints because of last week, but also knowing that everyone heading into this week is saying, like, it's more kind of down to us, and like it's not really down. Like I mean, once again, I just think the Saints are kind of irrelevant in this sort of in this game to an extent, because I feel like the story is kind of around us. Like everything is around Fraser, everything is around the way that we're playing. We are playing better football than St Kilda. I just think,
and we've beaten
fact.
better sides. Like they have not beaten a top 8 side this year.
They haven't been a top 9 side. They haven't been anyone
and on
in
the weekend they had a chance. They had the biggest chance. They should have beaten Sydney the first time.
Exactly. They chose both times.
Wow.
They were killing
and that first one, and even on the weekend, what are they? 4 goals up in the third quarter.
I think they also played against Brisbane earlier on in the year as well, and they challenged when Brisbane was shit.
And you can all say it's a great, and they were good on the weekend. Like I don't want to give them praise at all because I dislike them, but like they were good, and then just couldn't finish it off. We were able to do it. Let's show that difference this weekend. That's my big take. Like, that's my big challenge to the playing group. When you've got the expectation, show that you're better than them.
Yes.
Because we know, like, you know, even if we do lose this game, our footy has been better. And I know they'll say we've beaten them twice this year, blah, blah. The first game is irrelevant now.
Yeah.
It's totally irrelevant. Totally different situation, different coach, different players. And it's we should be playing better. We should be a better team than them, in my opinion.
I reckon, like, I personally think the pressure is more on St Kilda.
You reckon? Oh,
No, like, in terms of, like, we are still playing pretty free sort of football. And there's not, like, yes, there's expectations now. But I personally think heading into this game, like, once again, Saints haven't beaten anyone in front of them. And whenever the pressure is on, like, the question from Kane Corns shouldn't be it should be at St Kilda as well.
Both even, yeah.
It should be saying, like, this is the biggest game heading into this week to test out who can handle the pressure.
High stakes.
Because we're both in the exact same position, and pretty much the winner should go on to make the wild card. So, like, I don't know why. I mean, once again, this is what I'm saying. Carlton's the story here. Yeah. It's not St Kilda.
It's always going to be.
It's always going to be Carlton who's the story. And, like, yes, Saints can go out and win, but then if we lose, then the question will then be asked, once again we crumble under the pressure, is Josh Fraser the right guy? All these questions will be asked. But if Carlton win, there won't be any questions about St Kilda. It will be more like you have to give Josh Fraser the job. Yeah. What can Carlton do in the wild card? The story is purely... surrounding by...
Yeah, and we're not trying to be up ourselves or biased, but that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Saints are a club that are always in that spot, middle of the table. No one cares.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know it's a big story. I know they would care as supporters, of course, internally, and that's great.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just, we always seem to have the pressure on us whether we're underdogs or favourites. Like, it's a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it comes with the size of the club or just whatever, but, yeah, it is a weird thing. And, you know, the pressure's on both sides, in my opinion, this weekend, and the ability to... Well, it's a high-stakes game. Like, both teams, you know, one of us are not going to play finals this year. Let's hope it's not us.
Yeah. So, also just to touch on the Spuds game as well, I know it's been, I think it's been a thing for probably 3 or 4 years now.
We've been in a part of it probably since...
I think 2 years, 3 years.
I remember last year there was the...
Yeah, that was the Harry Mackay goal.
Yeah,
so, like, we know how to... kind of beat them in a close game to an extent.
Yeah.
But, you know, just like a quick word about, like, what your thoughts are about the overall cause, because obviously it is a great cause, like, kind of something that we've been crying out for many years now about men's mental health, but it's great that we can actually recognise that in this game.
No, absolutely, and it's a massive problem in the world, not just in Melbourne, not just in Australia, in the world, and, you know, we've all been through different things, and, you know, you can never talk about someone else's situation, but we've all had our bad days and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's good to raise awareness. And I think we spoke about it earlier in the year that there should be some sort of initiative or round in the next few years, because it's such a big issue in the world. And it's kind of obviously it's a silent issue, because it's a lot of the issues people holding them within themselves. And if there's anyone listening, you know, we're always here for a chat. And, you know, if you're feeling down or there's something happened in your life and you want someone to talk to, me and Mitch are always here. So,
yeah. I reckon that's the first time you call me Mitch, and I reckon this might be the first time I call you Ethan. I reckon these guys probably would like.
Who the hell is Mitch?
They would come to me and be like, "Oh, your name's Patto, right?"
Yeah. Oh, funnily enough, I remember at high school, a guy thought my name was Daffy.
Bro, I had I had the exact same thing when I was like in like grade 3. They thought my name was Patto.
The worst part is it was year 12.
Oh.
So no one calls me Ethan, really, apart from parents or like, you know, I don't know, friends, not really.
Yeah.
Friends call me Daffy.
Yeah.
So this guy at school, it was the start. So I've known him for like, he's not best mates, whatever, but just someone in my
like
school.
A guy that you knew.
Like, you know, he's around, you know, whatever.
And that's funny.
And he thought it was Daffy. He thought my name was Daffy because people called me Daffy. Right?
Daffy.
And then he saw something. He must have seen something on like something at school, like a paper, and I wrote Ethan Daffy, and he was like, "Hell,
wait, who's Ethan? Who's Ethan?"
Then I was a bit confused, going, "You actually thought my name was Daffy?" But anyway, we'll move on.
But now let's transition into the big one.
Yeah.
The ins and outs. Yeah. And the reason why it is big is because there are rumours, and obviously, well, it's not really rumours. Like last night the injury report came out.
Carlton.footballclub.com.au.
Yeah. But last night the injury report has been confirmed that Jake Weinering is a test for this week. The first time we've seen him as an official test in a long time. And it's great to see him slowly getting himself right to play some senior football. But more importantly, he should be returning this week. And if he is 100% fit, he comes in. So the question is now, who makes way for Jacob Wiedering? So I'll throw straight to you with your ins and outs. I'm very curious to see if you are making any changes, but also if you think that Wiedering could be up to it, and even if he's not up to it, if you'll go unjudged.
I'm so intrigued to see how they do it.
It's probably the biggest selection.
We could be totally wrong in our ins and outs. And I've been thinking about this since the injury report said it was a test. And I'm going... And bad news on the injury front in terms of Nick Newman.
Yeah.
That's very frustrating. It's
How many weeks?
7 weeks, which we're not trying to have a laugh about the injury, but 6, 7, it's just the world we live in, Patto. But yeah, shattering. So he'd likely miss the rest of the year, to be honest with you, depending on how deep we go. And if we eventually go deep, who knows if he gets up. So
it's a hamstring injury.
Yeah. So... no, really, really annoying for him because he was putting together, and he was out for the whole of last year as well. So, and my thinking is I'm not going to make a call on someone's career, but I think next year will be his last. Yeah, in my opinion. I think.
Is he out of contract this year?
Yeah, but I think they'll give him one more.
So
I think just in terms of experience and whether he gets a game or not, I don't know. That's a 2027 problem. We've got too many problems in this week. But in terms of selection, Patto, Wieders is obviously a test. First time he's been a test for a while, and we obviously saw him at training last week, and he looked all right. So clearly they were more precautionary. Didn't need him for Brisbane, so I'll get him right for St Kilda. But it's tough. Because I get the argument of people saying we should go unchanged, and I'm actually a little bit on board with that, but I'm on board with a star player coming back into your side who can make such a big difference in Jacob Wiedering, and it's just going to be stiff on whoever's dropped. So I've got obviously one change. I haven't got any other changes. There haven't been any other injuries. I know Moya had the calf, but that's obviously in the twos, and Newman's obviously already out of the side, and that's the 6-weeker. So, so for me, Wiedering in, a massive in for this game, and I think a lot of expectation on him. I'm not putting like total pressure on him.
Nah.
Yeah, it
has to be.
Yeah, it has to be on him because I just think, the how well the defence have been playing, just how well the team's been playing, and how well the flow has been with Dirksen, Haynes, Dean, and whoever, Lewis Young.
If they're making a change,
he's going to have to, repay the faith.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous for him.
Yeah.
And then obviously he will perform.
Yeah, well, we back him in to perform, so that's why I'm selecting him. But Lewis Young out for me.
Wow.
And I'll say this: I have absolutely loved Lewis Young's game the last few weeks. Yeah, absolutely loved it, and the way he can just go ruck, forward, defence, which I'm finding it hard to drop him for because he can do that. But you're bringing in Jacob Wiedering, and my thinking is, and I think this could happen, where I don't know how it could happen with how well he's playing, but I can't drop Dirksen. I cannot drop him. I can't.
And Haynes is playing well.
I can't. You can't. You just can't. They're playing too well. Yeah. They're playing too well. And Lewis Young's the last guy who's been hasn't been playing as a full-time defender.
No.
So you can kind of shift blokes around a little bit more, and kind of use the bench a little bit more with those key backs, or maybe you shift position. I don't know. And the thing is with the Saints though, you can probably afford not to play Wiedering because they don't have really the keys as other teams have. So it's a bit of a dilemma. Like, do you hold him for a week? I'd love to hear your thoughts. But Lewis Young for me, if Wiedering's in. Yeah. But if it's an unchanged team and they just go, okay, we'll give Wieders one more week, head into the Dogs, who've obviously got the keys. You told me yesterday with Norton. That's if they make that decision. I'm fine with them being unchanged. But if he is in, Lewis Young out for me, unfortunately.
I completely agree. But I just think if we're always thinking, just give him another week.
Yeah.
Just give him
another week. Then it gets to a point, doesn't it? Yeah, it's like, why play him?
It gets to a point where if we really want to make a charge into finals, he needs to have a few games. Yeah. So it's...
Yeah. It's the crunch time, as people would say.
Yeah. So I want to actually discuss something.
Yeah, sure.
So obviously, if Wiedering is available, he comes in.
Of course,
right?
And let's make that clear. Yes. If he's ready to go, we want him in.
Yes. He's not going to be part of fucking VFL.
Yeah, I don't want people putting words in our mouth saying, Daf and Patto don't want him in.
Yes, exactly. But the outs that I have, there's two names, and it's Lewis Young. Yeah. But there's also Wade Dirksen.
Yeah.
So now this is the discussion that I want, and I did write a bit of a paragraph that I wanted to say. But the reason why, and this will kind of intertwine together. Kemp was so good on the weekend because there were 3 tools out there at all times. Sometimes Harry went into the ruck, sometimes Young went into the ruck as well. It was never Kemp on his own with McGovern, and that seemed to be the problem against the Pies and the Suns.
Yep.
Hayward is also too important that he needs to play higher up the ground. So I know that we wanted him to play as that third tall, that third forward,
but he's so important.
He's so important,
especially when the ball hits the deck in the D50.
Exactly.
He's there cleaning it up. No one will notice that.
And he's clean. He's
like,
clean, and also his endurance is so underrated.
Yeah, so he has to be.
He can run.
Yeah, and he still gets his goals.
Yeah, that's see. I think that's something that I really realised this week. I'm like. Yeah. He's so important as that winger, and obviously he was transitioned to be that wingman on the weekend.
Yeah.
So that's something that we haven't seen recently because Lewis Young's come back into the side, and he's kind of stayed in that side.
Yep.
But now that Lewis Young is kind of that tallest forward down there, Hayward then is pushed to the wing because he started on the wing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I personally think that's the type of role he might want to play.
Yeah.
But also
even
it's
just
probably
for the
his
time
best
being.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. That's what I also have, but then this is where it gets tough. To me, it's extremely stiff, but I think Dirksen is the only guy who might need to make way for Wiedering if he wants to keep the structure exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of it as you've got Dirksen, Haynes, Dean. They are the 3 tools down there, and obviously Haynes is the guy that can go to more of that smaller defender, maybe if it's an Owens down there.
Yeah.
Then you have Wiedering replacing Dirksen to play that pure role. Also knowing that there isn't a lot of key forwards down there because obviously they don't have Max King for the rest of the year and Teddy K's in doubt as well. So they might just have Marshall as that number 1 ruck. I'm personally thinking either way, I don't think we have to risk Wiedering this week. No. But also if he's 100% fit and Fraser says,
get him in,
we're going to give you another week, he'll be thinking, well, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to play.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. And all players are like that, of course. They would be, he'd be very eager to be out there.
Yeah.
What's he missed, like, what?
Well,
2 months?
Hasn't played since the Geelong game. Is
I think
that right?
So. I'm pretty sure
so
that's
if that's
it,
right, well, I think the Geelong game was what, round 12?
Yeah, round 13. So what's that, 8 weeks?
Yeah.
7, 8 weeks? Yeah.
So, like, thinking of that, I'm like, and it's so stiff, but I personally think you can't have Wiedering, Dirksen, Haynes, and Dean all in the back. And I've been the person who have said that will work. I was actually I was saying, of course that will work.
Yeah.
But seeing what Lewis Young is doing on the weekend, and I just feel like if you bring in Wiedering and take out Lewis Young, that is going to change more than just Wiedering replacing Dirk.
True.
Because in terms of the structure and the system, if Wiedering comes in for Young, that means Harry needs to play more as a second ruck. Yeah. That means that Kemp and McGovern is going to play as the 2 key forwards.
The load on them is a bit harder.
And that means that there will be 4 tools down there when they have Sharman and Owens.
Yeah.
As their key forwards down there.
Yeah.
Thoughts? That's
no,
because I want to discuss it.
I know it's going to be stiff. I know, and Dirksen, it doesn't. It leaves a bit of a sour taste in my mouth.
I know. Trust me, I know.
I know, and I know it's stiff.
Yeah,
but that leaves a big sour taste in my mouth because I think he's played way too good.
I know.
But then you're making it for Wiedering, aren't you? But then
it's like that's the thing. That's the thing. And then now, I'm just thinking. I feel like he's playing too well, and it's just unlucky with Wiedering because he got injured at the time that he did get injured, and it's such a long injury.
True.
Maybe you just say, look, it's really stiff. Dirksen
and he might understand that, but
yeah, but I don't think he will. I think he'll just be like, if I'm ready to go, then I'm going to look elsewhere.
Yeah.
And obviously we will get into that in the Friday agenda.
Yeah, it's tough. I understand it though. No, because then the load on Kemp and that.
Exactly. And more importantly, I think the Suns game.
But I also think
Lewis Young was down there, but also in trying to focus on the Pies game, that was the big problem.
Yeah.
Harry not being there and just having Kemp and McGovern, that was a big problem. When obviously against the Suns, Lewis Young was down there.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, I don't know. Like, I want your thoughts because this is why I wanted to try and discuss it.
Look at the Saints. I'm just going
they also have Caminiti down there, but he transitioned back because Silvani was out.
Yeah, it's interesting. It would probably be the stiffest omission I've seen in a long time.
By far.
Yeah, and I understand it though, because you got to bring Wiedering in, and if he's not in now, then but if he's not right, then he's not going to get selected, and that would just make life a lot easier.
This is a question. Do you think Dirksen would be the one, or do you think Haynes could potentially be the one to get?
No way.
Exactly.
No way.
So
It has to be
personally,
Dirksen, Out of the defenders, it's Dirksen,
and it is so stiff, and
yeah.
that's why, as you said earlier, I don't care if it's his first game back. There is tremendous pressure on Wiedering to perform, and as you said, Dirksen has been the great defender that has evolved under the Fraser system.
But then you've also got an All-Australian defender coming in.
Exactly.
So it's an improvement necessarily. Well, it is an improvement. I think at his best it is. It's just a matter of if he gets to that best, and hopefully, of course, and people are going, Daf, don't, that's just what footy is. But it's a guy who's been so good. So good. It's not just a guy who's been there for 2 weeks.
Every single game, he's been good.
He stood up against very good forwards last week.
Yes.
So I'm so intrigued to see if Wieders does get up. But I'm on board with you with that in terms of if it's tough. Yeah, it is tough, and especially if they've got the 2 rucks playing St Kilda, you probably need Lewis Young in there. Don't you?
Yeah.
You do, and then it really stretches out their defence. If Silvani's playing, which I think he might, but if he does, but that's still not 100%. So obviously he's not doing shoulder surgery to try and get up for the next month or however long their season is. Sure, hopefully it's the end of this week that their season is. But in terms of like that, if he's not playing, then you can really stretch him out if Harry's, one out. Well, you got Wilkie, but then the Wilkie can't be that interceptor.
Exactly, and that's what.
So it's like the next in line. It's like
exactly.
It's like the next man up. They can't do that.
Yeah,
they can't.
Exactly.
Silvani has helped Wilkie hugely this year.
And that's why they pushed Caminiti back.
Yeah, and then you got Caminiti on Kemp, or you got whoever else on Kemp. Like, doesn't have to be Caminiti, whoever it is. You know what I mean? It's like next. It's funny, isn't it, how it all works, and it works both ways. And I think the selection issue, at least it's a good problem to have at the moment, because we've had years where we've had to just string together 22 blokes and we've got 25 to pick from or something.
Yeah, and then so just looking at their lineup on the weekend, there's also I know that Howard as well is playing in the VFL potentially.
So he could come in if Sauce is out. He's in.
So I personally think no matter what, the Saints will be looking at it as we can't afford to have a Wilkie be that number 1 or number 2 defender. He needs to be that.
He's good enough, but it's more that they lose that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking if they have to play Silvani and he's kind of he's a little bit sore with that shoulder. That suits us because he will go straight to Harry. Yeah. And I'm telling you, Harry Mackay has to go straight. And I know that
straight to the goal square.
But I know that we also touched on it on the weekend last week, how he looked a little bit more, a little bit more fiery,
assertive. Yeah.
But so there's a sneeze there for you.
Not again.
But then I know that if Silvani's playing on the weekend and every single player that crosses the white line, you are classified as 100% fit. So, Mackay, go straight to Silvani and physically test out the shoulder.
Yeah, legally, of course. That's just what footy is. That's just what it is. They do it for every player, every team.
Straight away.
Yeah, and it's not, you're not just banging him all the time.
Yeah.
Hitting him, banging his shoulder. But it's more, just, make it, that, like you said, physical, assert yourself in the game. I think there was a few times on the weekend, I think we said it in the review, that Harry, might have been on a smaller opponent, he just goes bang. And you go, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Usually he just tries to just use his skill.
Yes, but he actually uses his fucking body. That, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big man of a mountain. So, mountain of a man, sorry, that's the wrong way around. But in terms, it's, there's so many little moving parts in this game.
Yeah.
It frustrates me, but it also excites me. It's just a big, and I just want to get to the game on the weekend. And I want to be walking out of these gates knowing we've won the bloody game. Because it just, Well, the Brisbane game had less, of that moving parts. We didn't have Wiedering in the mix. We didn't have other things. The other team obviously had, or Gallup, but it's not a Silvani type. Because Silvani, I think, has been so crucial for this team.
Yeah. No, it's well said. But I know that we will now transition into a bit of a, I want to ask you a few matchups potentially for the weekend, and I really want to get your thoughts on a few of these guys. So, Hugh Boxall, he's been brought into the side for the Saints to be that genuine tagger. I know that there was also Hugo Garcia, who's been that kind of matchup.
He's had a good year,
matchup player. Yeah. But Hugo Boxall has been brought in to be that tagger, to purely lock out an opponent. So I've got a few questions about who you think Hugo Boxall could go. Hugh Boxall, not Hugo Boxall. There's Hugo Garcia.
Yeah.
So Hugh Boxall, do you think he could go to a Cripper because he's usually matched up on that bigger body,
Yeah.
or do you think he could purely just lock out a guy like Sam Walsh?
I'm just going to say something right now. Good luck.
Yeah, of course, mate. On either of them.
I don't even. You might have to tag Jagger at some stage.
Yep.
He's going to be getting attention now.
Yep. Chera?
Yeah.
Georgie
Hewitt, who's almost career best year. I know he won the BNF last year.
Yep.
But we're playing better footy now. And he's, really, I don't know. Like, as you said, it probably goes the bigger body, but I just don't think you can go with Cripps now.
Yeah.
Like, I just think, by the way, just quickly on Cripps, his defensive role on the weekend, if you watch First Crack,
Yes.
People,
How good was
if
it?
people have Foxtel, go and
Watch
First
it
Crack
straight away.
and watch it
And
straight away.
he was selfless.
Pause this video
He was
right
selfless.
now and watch it.
And then come back.
People going, he had a quiet game, which he did. It was a quieter
Yeah.
game in terms of, ball in hand or whatever. He's allowed Jagger and Hewitt
Exactly right. And Walsh.
to, it was crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Like
and I didn't realise.
Like whenever he'd step out the contest. So maybe if a guy like that is tagging him and chooses to tag him,
Yeah.
do the same role. Or Cripper, he can do that and end up getting 28.
Yeah.
But if that comes to fruition, Patto, okay, good on you. Yeah, we've got 3 other guys. Do they bat that deep? I don't think so.
No.
Like, I think that, Nass is obviously in there. Great player.
Yeah.
And, whatever. But, Nass is going to, he takes a lot of kick-ins.
Yes.
Does he want to be taking as many kick-ins when we've got all these midfielders? And being amongst, I know he rolls through and it rolls everywhere, but can he afford to as much this week? But in terms of Boxall, maybe he goes to Walsh as well. But I don't know. I just think I don't really worry about a tag. Like if he locks someone out and we win the game, I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less, and I know Garcia can probably do it too. So he might even look at a Jagger just in terms of his impact that he had on the game last week.
Yep.
But then I don't know. I know Boxall. Who did he go to against the Swans? He went to
I think it was Heaney.
Heaney, and Heaney was quiet in the first half.
Yeah. He was pretty quiet the whole game. But then he sent him forward.
Mind you, Heaney actually had an issue. He had a nerve issue.
Wow.
Where his eyesight was a bit blurry in the first half.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll just put that out there. I was working that game. We were in the rooms, and they were talking about it. And he wasn't like fully, but it was something with his nerve.
Wow.
So it was like a weird thing. It wasn't concussion or anything.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, very weird injury. I'm not saying that was the issue why he played, but it wouldn't have helped. I don't think blurry.
If you can't see the ball, Duffy boy coming
so
in.
maybe Boxall didn't do anything. But in terms of the tag, I'm not worried.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be up myself, but we've just got a few guys in there who, if some guy is having a quiet one, they can step up.
Yeah, but also Boxall went to Luke Davies-Uniacke as well when the Saints played.
That's right. Yeah, and he did very well against him.
Yeah, I just think Davies-Uniacke is a bit overrated.
No, he is. I think a lot of North Melbourne's players are.
He's so overrated.
And they don't bat as deep as we do. They just don't. They don't. They have Sheasel and guys like that.
Sheasel's good, but he just doesn't use the ball.
Impact.
Yeah, spot on.
But you look at our players. You got Cripps, Walsh, Hewitt, and Jagger, right?
Yeah.
Like you tag one of them, George gets off a leash.
Exactly.
You tag another if we're playing well. By the way,
yes. Because earlier on they were
and
all
St Kilda fans probably watching this going, okay, I'm going to screen record this, screen record that, whatever.
We'll see you after a 40-point win towards the boys.
And Nass could have his 46 and 28 kickouts as he has every week to inflate his numbers, but that's all right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I won't be complaining because obviously that will be helping my Supercoach side.
Yeah, hopefully not too many kick-ins. Hopefully we're kicking straight.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. So I mean, I have Hugh Boxall going to Cripps. To kind of lock that out, and then I think Garcia would go to Walsh.
Yeah.
Because I would be very surprised if Ross Lyon is gonna I just think Ross Lyon's too not arrogant, but more like he's looking.
He's definitely arrogant.
But then what
Not
I'm trying what I'm trying to say is I think it would be very interesting to see Garcia go straight to Smith.
Yeah.
And if they do, I'll be saying, you fucking beauty.
Yeah.
Because that means that there's also Hewitt and there's also Walsh.
Yeah.
So I don't really care who they might need to use.
That's what I mean.
They might need to use another player. They might need to use a Windhager and use Spuddy 3 taggers, Daft Boy.
Or maybe just focus on winning the footy.
Yeah, exactly. But so then I also have Garcia going to Walsh.
Yeah.
But another question, and another you already brought it up about Nazire. Now, Lockie Cowan went to Naz for pretty much the whole game.
And he was all right. But I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
But there has to be a plan about Naz, because around Naz, because we saw what Dacos did against Collingwood. It is very similar to
Oh,
what
for sure.
the Saints do with Naz.
sure.
So we have to talk about that plan and heading into this week. Like, what can we do about Naz? I think there has to be some sort of... I think there needs to be two players that has a matchup.
Yeah,
when he goes forward,
yeah.
or when he goes in the back line, or when he goes in... Oh, well, I mean, three. You have three guys that when he's in your area, you are the guy that matches up.
Love it, yeah.
So what's your thoughts?
No, it's a great idea. And like, as I said before, he floats around everywhere. So you got to... If one guy's chasing him around, it could be. You never know. But if it's one... And sometimes it is. I know when Saints played Melbourne... Tholstrup took him everywhere.
Yes.
And he
did quite well.
He took Tholstrup to the goal square.
Yeah.
And he did all right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a matter of who is that person. Is it one person? Is it a few people? But, yeah, I think you have to put time into these guys. I don't necessarily think it has to be a tag. George Hewitt's following him everywhere.
No.
But it's being accountable. So at the stoppage, you're accountable for him.
Of course.
That's your priority.
Yeah.
You're stopping him.
Yeah.
And because he's such an impactful player. And I think in terms of... like as you said with Dacos, I think they're a 6-goal better team with Nas in the team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
And he's one of those players. Like there's only a select few, your Dacoses, your Nasses, and whoever else.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
In terms of like using a player like that, I reckon they're
it's just in terms of the damage. Yeah. There's Bontempelli and all that kind of stuff. But I think I just think in terms of they've got other players. Yeah. Whereas those
literally,
he has to win them the game. Pretty much.
It's pretty worrying.
Yeah, so
and they don't realise that.
And if we,
which I mean,
but if they beat us this week, they can stick it up our ass. So, in terms of Nas, it's just about minimising this.
Yeah.
I've always said this on this channel.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to get. Well,
No.
I hope we can. That'd be ideal if we.
He's going to get the ball.
He's going to get the ball because he gets his kick-ins and gets all that. Like, not saying I'm not having a go, but that's how they open him up and puts him forward, gets a bit of space. Yeah. Right. He's going to get his 20 touches guaranteed. Right. Yeah. But if he turns into the 30, turns into the 35.
But it doesn't even matter.
Turns it into 40.
Let him get the ball, but make sure he's
not in damaging positions. And if he is in damaging positions, make sure we've got someone on him or just a little bit of pressure. And our pressure's been really good. And we're really good on guys like Ashcroft on the weekend. I know he did kick those 2 goals before half-time. But I think a lot of the game, those types of players, Bailey, Rayner, they couldn't get off the leash because we're there. It's not always about just actually obviously our tackle pressure was good, but just being there, just your presence felt, and also be a bit physically assertive with guys like Nas. Don't let him fucking roll around and get easy kick-ins. Yeah. You know what I love about our forwards? Taylor Byrne isn't going to let him just roll around and run out and take 30 metres off a kick out. Frankie Evans is not going to let him do that. Will Hayward's not going to let him do that. So, Ben Ainsworth's not going to let him do that. Yeah. So the way we've been able to buy in, if we can do that as a team and buy into being able to stop him and stop them as a whole, I think we'll go really well.
That's what I'll say. But I think to try and touch on 3 players with the 3 areas, I think in the back line you would expect probably Lockie Cowan to go to Naz if he slides forward.
Even a Florent type.
Yeah. I think in the midfield, I think it probably would be a George Hewitt just going straight to him and just making sure that he isn't getting that burst out of the stoppage. If he goes into the back line, I personally think Matt Cottrell just goes straight to him and just says, you're mine for the day, champion, because I know that they usually like to start him in the back line. Obviously starting in the midfield, but then kind of like their first preferred role
behind
for
the ball,
Naz is to start behind the ball. I know that pretty much every single game he gets shifted around. I don't really know if that helps him.
That's what I'm saying. Like earlier, if I'm saying Kilda, you've got to win the game from the source this weekend because I just think our contest game is strong. Like you need your best players in there. I'm not trying to help them. Hopefully they're not listening. Ross Lyon doesn't listen to anyone else anyway. But,
that's a good point.
It's weird, isn't it? It's really weird. It's like if we just went, okay, let's just put Jagger at half back. And I know he could probably, to be honest, he's that good. He could do that and get his 35 and 40. But it's not about that. It's about winning your team the game and being impactful at the source and leading to goals. But I do like those matchups. I really do. And if another one on Cottrell, even if Nas in the middle. Cottrell can come out to the stoppage.
Definitely.
Not saying Cottrell plays in the middle, but just more that this is the time where you need to roll out a Alex Chincotta.
Yeah, Chincotta. Or even like an Ed Kerner.
Yeah. Absolutely. Just a bit
of that dog.
Get out of retirement for a game and throw him out there. But
but we might even get Paddy Dow out there.
Yeah, he might be out there anyway.
Well, they've got soccer. They got TDK. They got Sauce playing last week.
Paddy Dow might be just water boy. This weekend.
They have Jack Carroll.
Yeah.
God.
Jack Carroll, Liam Stocker.
Yeah, because he played last week.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They have like fucking
I was too busy.
they have 6 guys. No,
Yeah,
5 guys.
Yeah, and they wanted Brody Kemp in the trade period too. On the last day they wanted him. They almost got it over the line. They
Really?
Yeah, it was a.
What year was
They
that?
offered this year. The trade period just happened.
Wow.
Yeah. Or
24. Maybe it was 24 heading into 25.
yeah, it was one of the It was one of them.
Wow.
No, it could have been last year.
Heading into this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, and I just remember them having it was on the last gasp. They just wanted to try to get a key guy in, and obviously they didn't offer enough. So yeah,
that's crazy.
Bit of a sliding doors moment, Patto.
Yeah, no, spot on. But one more question as well about kind of the matchups for this week, and it's kind of around Harry Mackay. So when Harry Mackay is obviously playing forward, and if Silvani isn't lining up, and I know that obviously we've already talked about it to an extent, but do you think they could bring in a Howard? Do you think they just say, look, Wilkie, you just go straight to him? Do you think it could be Caminiti? Because if it's Caminiti against Harry Mackay, we could see a new common leader this week, Taffy boy. I'll throw it straight to you.
Oh God, hopefully that doesn't bite us in the ass. But yeah, it is interesting. Like even if Sauce is fit, do you reckon he would go to Harry?
Yes.
Yeah, you reckon? Guaranteed?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's interesting.
It will start with Harry, and then they will do the same thing like on the weekend. If Kemp gets on a roll, it would be Sauce versus Kemp.
But yeah, no.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think so, but I just think, I don't know, size-wise, it'd be a nice matchup for us. Like, Mackay against Silvani. I just think, what's Silvani?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think Jack's been good. Like, I'm not saying...
He plays taller than what he is.
Yeah, and he's always done that, hasn't he? He's always played above himself.
Yeah, I don't know how or why.
And he's always been a consistent player. You know, he doesn't have the skill of other players, but he's been one of their better... He's been their best recruit this year by a long way. Like
not even a question.
A long way. And I don't want to even talk about it and puff up his tyres, just the way he left the club, but he has been that.
He's been
So if he does miss this week, that's huge. And so he'll go to obviously Harry, and then Wilkie probably goes to Kemp and that intercept type. And it's a big opportunity for a guy like, whether it's Kemp or McGovern, if Lewis Young plays.
Yeah, it's huge.
And a big opportunity for guys like Will Haywood, Ainsworth, other guys to roll through there and impact the scoreboards. So, and if Silvani's not out there, we spoke about it before, then it's the roller. He doesn't play. Howard comes in. He's okay. Like, he's okay. He's a key. He'd probably have to take Mackay as well if he comes in, because they need Wilkie to have that, just that ability to intercept, which probably gets to a point where it's like, mate, you got to fucking take him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, but. Yeah, that roll up happens, and it becomes awkward. It's like who plays on who plays on that, and that's what you want to see. Like, you want that correct confusion. And if a McGovern gets off the leash or someone like that, then it goes, oh shit! Like, what do we do now? Like, he's impacting hard, and we've got Silvani and Harry, who's only had 5 touches. I don't know, but yeah, it would be very nice if he's not playing. But I just have a feeling he'll somehow get up for it, especially being Carlton as well. Yeah,
no, well said. But before we wrap up this video, we're now going to transition into the match predictions for this Sunday night, 7:20. I know that we've already touched on how it's a bit of an interesting time slot. Since it usually
7 o'clock.
Well, yeah, like 7:20.
Well, they've got the AFLW curtain
course.
raiser at 4:20.
Yeah. But then usually they do that time slot for if it's a public holiday the next day, but there's not.
It's a really odd situation anyway, and it's an odd situation with the AFLW as well. That
first game on a Sunday.
That's the first game of the season.
Yeah.
The only game this round.
Yeah, opening game.
So then
Crazy.
Carlton have a bye next week. The AFL and their fixturing, I know Jimmy Bartell spoke about it the other day on AW, and they just make it harder for themselves.
They have a game,
but it's so easy.
Yeah, they have a game on the Sunday, AFLW, and then they have their next game is on the Thursday night. Why not just start on the Thursday night? Like,
I don't know. No, honestly,
but it's a good day to be a Saints or Carlton supporter.
Why is that? Oh, yeah, double header.
That's for sure.
Yeah, double header, and the double headers are always too early as well.
Yeah,
they need more VFL double headers too.
Yeah,
I want to see the VFL play. Not even this weekend, but just like on other weekends, and there's nothing going on.
Yeah,
3:20 game. Why are the twos playing at midday?
Yeah, I know.
Why are the twos playing at fucking?
Or even another day. They sometimes play it another day.
Yeah, it's like just playing double header.
Yeah,
at the ground.
Yeah, I know.
At the same fucking ground.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's how they used to do it back in the day. And I know Mum always talks about it, and we've got a lot of subscribers who have obviously watched footy for years and years, and not way older than us on the trying to,
Yeah.
but a lot older than us. Who,
Yeah.
that used to be you'd rock up.
Yes.
Rock up. You watch the 19s reserve seniors.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just a weird. They just make things hard these days. I know there's all sort of things commercially, Patto, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into a deep dive. We'll do that on another day. Anyway, match predictions. Best on ground for me, and I think.
Curious.
He's in the midfield. Played a sacrificial role in his milestone game.
Oh,
Paddy Cripps is
you
going to
wouldn't believe
unleash.
it. Look who I've got.
There you go. There you go. Paddy Cripps.
I need to change mine then.
Paddy Cripps. You don't have to.
No, I will.
Paddy Cripps for me, best on. I just think he played the sacrificial role. He could play that this week. Depends on who's tagging who. But a few boxals on him, he will take him to the cleaners.
How many touches?
30. What's his career best?
Whoa.
40, I think,
42,
once. A
I
couple.
think.
Yeah,
I think 42,
40. He
43.
won't have his career best. It'll be 34 disposals on the weekend. And a goal.
Nice.
Early
What's the
goal,
goal?
too. Nah, just an early, nice
Yeah,
set
okay.
shot. Nails it. Says, come on, boys.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We'll get the lead up to 40 points in the fourth quarter. First quarter.
First quarter. Geez, how many quarters are there?
6.
Who's down there? Rudy. Point of difference for me. This guy's going to kick 4 goals on the weekend. 4 goals. He is close. He's almost my favourite player at the moment. And he's so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
Taylor Burns going to kick 4 goals this weekend. He's the point of difference. He's almost the new point of difference.
Yeah.
I think that our point of difference was Matt Carroll for a lot of last year and this year while he was playing, and hopefully his recovery is going well. But Taylor Burns, point of difference for me. We're going to plus margin. Oh, it's always the toughest. It's always the last one I always think of before we film these. You know, I'm walking up to Marvel Stadium today and I think about my predictions, Patto, and I just go, do my point of difference, get that done. And my longest I think about is my margin.
Saints by 12.
Obviously, I just think we're going to get them back for the first game.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to beat us twice. Hopefully not. Fingers crossed. Fingers, toes, and whatever else crossed. Blues by 34 points this weekend. I just don't know if we play the way we did. I'm not saying we're going to play that as I said. As we said, it was near perfection, almost perfection. 6 goals every quarter. I'm not expecting that. I'll take that absolutely.
Yeah.
But if we can play 80% to 70% of that against them and just play, because the way they were denying Sydney through the corridor for most of the game, they couldn't do it for long enough.
Exactly.
So we've just got to keep doing it. And the door will be busted down if we just keep doing it at some stage of the game. Don't shy away from that if it's not working. Pretend we're down a couple of goals or something. Just keep doing it.
Yeah.
They will not be able to hold out. And I know they are a bit of a, as people say, brick wall FC. They're a little bit defensive. That's how Ross the Toss seems to coach. So Blues by 34 points. On to you, Mitchell Pattinson.
Love it. And now I'm starting to think about who could potentially be the other bagger of the game if it's not Cripper. And I'm just there's a certain guy that I'm thinking of that's come to my mind. It's gonna be Jacob Weinering.
Oh, that is huge.
It's gonna be Jacob Weinering.
Who's he playing on though?
Jack Higgins.
Jackie. There was actually some time I remember we played him and he was on Jack Higgins.
Yeah, because he was the deepest defender.
Yeah.
So whoever wants to come down to be the deepest forward, come on down.
Yeah.
Because Jacob Weinring's waiting for you.
Yeah.
Seriously, I feel like he's going to have a point to prove on the weekend, and he's going to be one of those guys that will just thrive with this new game style and the energy.
Yeah.
Obviously a huge game, but there will still be a lot of Carlton supporters there at Marvel, knowing that it is a Saints home game. So I feel like it's going to be a game for Weinering to go out, and we all know that he will be under pressure to perform.
For sure.
So if he goes, and I just feel like pressure makes diamonds, he will go out there and he will be definitely one of the best players on the ground if he is seen on Sunday night. Definitely. So back of the game, Weeders, point of difference, Mitch McGovern. Mitch McGovern.
Yeah.
And the reason why, I feel like if Sauce is underdone or whoever goes down there, you would probably expect you've got Mackay kind of sorted from a St Kilda point of view. You got Kemp sorted to a certain point of view. I know that Lewis Young might,
if he's playing or not,
he might play as that second ruck, but I'm sure that would also be sorted as well to a certain extent. But then there's not a lot of opportunity for Mitch there's not a lot of opponents there for Mitch McGovern.
Yeah.
So I personally think Mitch McGovern, and I know that he's been good the past few weeks, but he has been quiet. Yes, he's kicked his goals.
He's had moments,
but he hasn't had that.
Agreed.
Like that game that he was doing also earlier on in the season. He was doing those games.
4 goals.
He was having those games when he was like our number 1 key forward by a country mile. So I feel like he's going to be the point of difference. Winner plus margin.
That'll be Carlton, surely.
I'm going the Bargers.
Yeah.
7-goal win.
Yeah.
43-point win.
I think he can get to that. I think we're on the same page with that.
43-point win, and it could be more. And I'm purely going off what we saw on the weekend.
Yeah.
It could be a hell of a lot more than 43.
Yeah. It's up to us.
It is up to us, and I know the Saints.
And I know that, of course, there's another team there.
Yes, but seriously, I know the story has always been around Carlton, but there also are a few question marks around St Kilda with their injuries. If they choose to play TDK, who had a hamstring issue, Nazaya, who had a hip issue, didn't look great at all, and yes, he came back on, but he needed to come back on because St Kilda, he's the only chance for St Kilda to win the game. And Silvani had a dislocated fucking shoulder,
and it didn't look good,
and it looked shocking. For a person who's also had shoulder issues as
genuinely
well.
Like he was like,
it
wasn't
bad.
even one where you just quickly pop it in. It was
bad. And obviously he's already had a dislocated shoulder, so you would expect him to potentially try it out this week. But once again, I think Nazaya and Sauce are 2 of their most important players. Which is sort of a scary thought from a Saints supporter since they're both underdone.
Yeah.
So I think there are a hell of a lot more question marks about the Saints heading into this week, and I feel like Carlton, we all know what Carlton will produce. Which is pretty exciting.
It's I guess you have that level of trust, but there's always that lingering thought in the back of your mind always.
Do you have that trust now?
I think we've seen it. I have the trust. But now it's being able to put that trust into a game where the stakes are high.
Yeah.
This is a season defining. We lose this, we're probably stuffed.
Oh, we will be stuffed.
We'll have to win games that are harder. Like Dogs is gettable.
Yeah.
But then you got Dockers. But then they're gettable games, and we'll talk about those games when they come. Let's just focus on this. That's what they got to do. The old saying, week by week, Patto, as all the players and coaches and every man who is involved in the AFL says in a press conference. Week by week, let's focus on the task at hand. They're a team that we've, in the past, I know it's a different team, we shouldn't focus on the past, but it's a club that we sometimes struggle to get over the line at, especially at this venue. So get it done, then we head into the Dogs next week full of confidence.
That's what I said. Like, I think a lot of people could probably realise that we're just a little bit like,
I'm confident we win this game.
But extremely...
wary.
Like I think I'm nervous. But also excited.
Always.
It's just like
because it's just that there's a lot on the line. Like you're not. There's a lot. Like I know every week, probably the last 10 weeks there has been. Because if we lose, you're probably done. Like we had to win the games we had to win, and I know we lost those Pies games and Hawks games, but we could afford to lose them in a sense. Now, luckily, we've beaten Brisbane. So it's a lot on the line, but we got to trust them now to hopefully play the way they want to play, and if we get up or don't get up, whatever happens.
Spot on, enough worry. But is there anything else you would like to touch on before we wrap up this review to the preview episode against the Saints?
It's a bit premature for a review. We're not that cocky, but we're about to film the review.
No, don't do that.
Just pre-record it. But
Crips gets 35.
Gov takes a hanger on Wilkie. But anyway, I'm excited. Obviously, I'll be there. You'll be there on Sunday night. Bit of a shitty time, but it's I think we've got the Sunday game next week too. So then it'll end up being a week. I think it's a 3:15 game against the Doggy Dogs.
And then Saturday.
Been a while since we've played a Sunday game, a non-Saturday night game. Really, I know we had midday against the Suns, but the rest of them been Saturday nights. So looking forward to it. And hopefully we bring the noise. I know it's their home games. There's going to be more of them, even though they don't really show up. But anyway, it should be a good one, and hopefully we put them in the ground because we've got players on their team that left our football club in a bit of a not a shit position, but the way they did it, not really happy about it. Like the way Sauce the last month of the year, I'm injured, I'm not going to play.
Yep.
He wasn't injured. What was the injury?
Soreness. Yeah.
Hard.
Yep.
He must look at this team that we've got now going, gee, I'd fit in that team. But Harry Dean doesn't get the opportunity. Wade Dirksen wouldn't be at Carlton.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Another sliding doors moment, but excited for this weekend, Patto.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. But also, if you haven't checked out our video yesterday with Cooper Lord, make sure to check that out as well. We very much appreciate Cooper Lord coming on the channel. But to every single Blue Bagger out there, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this YouTube channel. And also make sure to get around the socials and the audio platforms as well, so you don't miss a thing from a Bagger Show point of view, but also a calm point of view. But to you, Daffy boy, into every single Blue Bagger out there, the Baggers!